What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Facts and Stats. This is now episode 98. Alongside of me being up here, I have 1110, Heaven Sent, Byron, Good, Swiper for now. You're going to get to know everybody that's up here. Um, Also, you can check out Fact and Stats underscore on all platforms to host a daily show that starts on Twitter Spaces sometime and transitions to Playback where we are now. You also can check out clips from recorded episodes in which we're doing now that get distributed to Instagram and TikTok. That's Fact and Stats underscore on all platforms. And last but not least, check out the Fact and Stats website. I also make and sell my own Fact and Stats apparel, which is factandstats.us, and you pretty much always going to see me in Fact and Stats apparel. With that being said, though, we have a lot of different topics to get to around the NBA today, and I have 1110 and Heaven Sent up here with me to help orchestrate that and get us to that. And welcome Wes, Kiana, and Tween to the stage as well. 1110, what you got for us?
Thank you, Ed. Got a fun little topic. The first topic that I will be leading on this one is the most surprising team / players of the season so far. As you know, we are past All-Star break, so that means we're getting to the home stretch, the regular season. So it's an appropriate time to kind of touch on what has been the most surprising team or player, for the season so far. So I was kind of, in terms of this, most surprising team aspect, I think there's a few obvious choices. And the way I decided to pick, one of them is the fact that, they're kind of leading the league in a lot of the major categories or stats in terms of the OKC Thunder. Obviously, another good candidate is the Minnesota Timberwolves, but OKC Thunder, they are top 10 in offensive rating and defensive rating and also net rating. And, kind of just to circle back to how they were last year in the 2022-2023 season, they were 16th in offensive rating. They were 13th in defensive rating, 15th in net rating. They were third in pace, 17th in three-point percentage, 24th in field goal percentage, and they were 16th in opponent points in the paint. And they had three players shooting at least 40% from three. In comparison to this season, 2023-2024 season, they're third in offensive rating, fourth in defensive rating, second in net rating. They're seventh in pace, so they slowed it down a little bit. They're first in three-point percentage, second in field goal percentage. They're fourth in opponent points per game, points in the paint. And they have five players shooting at least 40% from three. So that's kind of like a big change, and I think obviously Chet, really has helped in terms of opponent points in the paint. So to go from a playing team last year all the way to one seed this year, I think is definitely the most surprising team for me. So I don't know. Do you guys have any comments, or you disagree with me? You think there's a better candidate or anything like that? What do you think about OKC being the most surprising team of the season so far?
Personally, I agree. I think that it was fair to expect an uptick in play, expect a surge, but to jump from back end of the play-in to, the number one seed in the West, definitely not something I saw coming. I did expect the top six seed, but I'm really impressed with my squad. And the young guys are showing that age is nothing but a number sometimes, man. Shout out us.
By that though. Like, what do you?
I disagree.
Oh, why you disagree?
That's like
You
so.
going some Minnesota prop, Heather said?
No, I disagree. The biggest surprise is the bum ass Lakers. I did not think they would be this bad. And you didn't say it had to be a good or a bad surprise. So I'm going to just say.
That's fair. That's fair.
I actually was going to take it from that angle too and literally see the same exact reason. But to 1110 angle though, yeah, Oklahoma City without a doubt is my biggest surprise. Byron is up here. West just said it. I didn't expect a top six seed for this team. I did see potential playing, but 42-18, and not even just me. I don't think. Not granted, he got a season to watch how professionals play at an NBA level, also practice, train, and he got to literally sit on a whole entire year and witness all of that. But I still don't think that nobody expected his impact for this team to be literally instant. We put it like that. Obviously, they played the whole entire season last year without a true big man. He's now a 7-footer that can block shots and rebound and hit outside shots. But the way that his level of play has been alongside J Dub and SGA, I just think that like 42 and 18 through 60, I didn't see it coming. And now pretty much going to be the 1 or the 2 seed out west. Just to how I think they're going to finish the regular season, pretty impressive to me. So definitely without a doubt the biggest surprise for me.
Yeah, like going from 10th seed last year, having to play 2 playing games to try to get into the playoffs to 1 seed right now, that's a pretty big jump. So shout out to OKC and what they're building over there. J-Dub is having a great season. SGA, has a case for MVP amongst a lot of voters. So they're playing good ball. I think the biggest knock for them is just experience. People want to see, what they will look like when they actually get to the playoffs. They're playing great regular season ball. So people want to see if, what they've been doing and what habits they've been building so far this season will translate come playoff time.
Yeah, I think, for a team to be able to come from where they have, I think SGA, a couple of years ago, he was playing so well, they shut him down midseason, obviously doing the injury, but also they just want to continue to develop assets. Missing Chet Holmgren last year, and for him to have his first season as a player and to be a starter and to put up a near all-star level season so far, I think is really big. And I think J-Dub, I think his development overall, he's become one of the best young scorers in the league. A 6'7" guy that has some playmaking chops, can play some defense as well. He has a really high ceiling. I'm really excited to see how he continues to operate. Mark deserves Coach of the Year nominations, if not outright. He's going to win it this year. He's been incredible. I think the way that he's been able to implement an identity with that team, and they've been able to commit to a process. They believe in each other. They believe in what they're doing. And even if they're coming off the bench, they believe they're committing to playing winning basketball and playing basketball the right way. And that can be seen in their game versus some of the best teams in the NBA, that they don't ever shrivel in competition. They don't try to just get big wins versus smaller teams that don't have the talent level. They want to play against the best. And I think for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to have the journey he's been on from being a Clippers cast off in a trade for PG to now becoming one of the very best players in the league and potentially putting together a Hall of Fame career as well. I mean, all of that happening right now in 2023-24 is just a testament to what they've been building for years in Oklahoma City, man. So really, this is just a huge surprise for me. I didn't even have them, I don't think, making the play-in this year coming into the season. So this is a big surprise on my list for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure Swiper really just said it all.
Wasn't making a play-in? God.
But yeah, man, since everybody else spoke on the players and Swipe briefly just spoke on Mark, I just want to say shout out to my guys, the improvements from all facets of the organization. Last year, I'm pretty sure we all saw the stepping stones into what they would later be, but nobody expected this much. Nobody expected this. So really just shout out to the guys, man. And shout out to Eli, a regular. He was the only person I know that had us being around the top 3 area.
You don't gotta do that. Byron was on that.
Top 3, no. Byron was not top
he said they would be top 6.
Yeah,
I
gave Byron his flowers. He said that. Byron and West said it.
I said top 6. Yeah, I said top 6.
Yeah, I said top 6 too, but top 3, yeah, nobody expected that but him. So I had to shout out.
Oh, you said you said top 3?
Yeah.
Shout out you. But now, I think I gotta rock with my twin, bro. Cause y'all did say it don't gotta be a good surprise, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yep. The Lakers for me. Yes, sir. Cause look here, with Bron and AD, which I mean, coming into the season, I always said that the team was gonna be able to do what they was gonna do on the strength of the depth that they had on the roster. But even with that being said, LeBron and AD being as healthy as they are, I still would expect them to be better from a standing record standpoint. So unfortunately, I gotta go with the Lakers in regards to my bad surprise. But shout out OKC as far as a good surprise with everybody else in general. But I didn't have them being 3, but I had them being top 6. So they even exceeded my expectations for them with the little hot take I had coming into this season. So shout out OKC for that.
That is true. Going from a conference finals to struggling to make the playoffs.
God bless.
where you have roughly the same team that you had. You have the same team you had last year, minus what, Schroeder, yeah,
Yep.
and Lonnie Walker, I think. But Lonnie Walker wasn't like a big part of the run to get them where they were until like the Golden State Warriors, that one game in the Golden State Warriors series, right? So it is a big, and on top of that, you have a healthy AD and Braun this season that you did not have last season. Even during the run, like Braun wasn't really there coming into the playoffs. So it is a disappointment for sure.
You have the in-season tournament, championship, first one.
Zay, I can't claim that, brother. In the chat, I can't claim that conference finals. I was originally trolling. I can't. I know. El ain't gonna let me have it. I said I was trolling with that conference finals taking it. I can't get that.
Does anybody else have any other names or teams they want to throw into the combo for biggest surprises of the year?
I think Minnesota deserves some love for sure. I mean, I had them as the 8th seed. Maybe should have predicted the fact that having Carl with your talent in the lineup and Jaden and Nas is going to really help them. I think to kill Alexander Walker, I said this in the summer, he's one of the best POA defenders in the league this year. I think that they deserve some love. I think the New York Knicks deserve love. I mean, they're even better. And again, a lot of that's because of the OG trade, but Dante DiVincenzo, heaven sent. I mean, his contributions and what he's become as a shooter, as a floor spacer, and as a defender, and I think what he's added to that, I think Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and DiVincenzo have really made the New York Knicks a lot better. And I think they're even better than I thought they would be. They potentially could be as high as a 2 seed. Obviously they have some injury issues they're dealing with right now that I think would really help them. So I think on the positive side, I think it's the Thunder, I think it's the Wolves, I think it's the Knicks. Those are the teams that have really made the biggest leaps. I think that we should all definitely be impressed with the fact that those organizations primarily – they focused on building around their core. They had a core they drafted or a core they acquired via trade, and they've just been able to just absolutely take care of business in the regular season setting. So shout out to all of them for sure.
11-10 and Ev.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat.
Oh wow.
Oh hell.
What about
do you
them?
think about? I'm just asking. Have they been a disappointment for you this season?
Listen, the disappointing aspect of the season was the 7-game losing streak. So, we were playing good ball up until that point, and then we went through that random slump, and now we're playing better, but we're still in the play-in right now, 7th. So, if we end up in the play-in, at the end of the regular season, it's a disappointment to me. I didn't think we would be a play-in team this year. I thought 4 seed would be like the highest we would go in terms of seeding. But being a play-in team this year would be a disappointment for me. But right now, I think with the East right now, 4 through 8 is super close and super tight. So it's going to be a lot of fluctuating in terms of seeding for a lot of teams, especially, Philly is trying to hold on with the injuries they have, and New York as well. So we'll see where we end up, by the end of the season.
Yeah, and being a Heat fan not over the last couple of years, but more so to the last couple of seasons, we've been seeing a lot of fluctuating with our lineup. So I think me being disappointed for a 34-26 start right now, no. I came into the season saying that, hey, this team should win 48 to 50 games. 50 is not probably obtainable for me because we have to finish 16-6. But I do think that us finishing the season 14-8 is more possible. So 48-34, I'm still in that ballpark. But like she said, we finish in the play-in, disappointing season to me, regular season, because we can still do different things outside of the play-in if we make the playoffs, as we seen last year, with a little bit of luck to that. But right now, 34-26, I'm not mad at it. Like she said, the 7-game win streak is really what gave the biggest issue to our freaking record right now. Other than if we finish in the play-in, I'll be upset. If we get out of the play-in, I'm okay because I'm expecting us to get the 5th seed as of right now.
How many teams in one season has had a 7-game win streak and a 7-game losing streak?
Right, and we had a different lineup.
We
had a different starting lineup, like 20 plus games this season. So It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
30,
She's
actually
31.
31. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
you had a reporter before the Nuggets game that was asking.
And,
Malone brought it up too.
and the exact number 31. I knew it was 20 plus, but 31. Like, that's ridiculous.
Man, you was off by 10, bro. It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
Yeah, so 31 different star lineups, 34-26, play without Hero for some time, Bam for some time, Jimmy for some time. And I'm okay with it, even Hame for some time. So I'm fine with it right now.
Okay. I had two other teams, but Shaggy's not here, so I can't ask him about that one. But Ev, you were very big on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons this season. Where do you
I was actually going to mention the Wizards and the Pistons because I love the Miami Heat. I like Luka, I like Booker, but I'm a basketball fan more than anything. And I would be lying if I were to say through 60 games, the Wizards and the Pistons would have the exact same record as 9-51. So that was a surprise for me. As far as the Pistons, it's shuffling, new head coach, Monty really not knowing what to do in that situation. I feel like personally. Yeah, like Jay Will thumbing down Monty Williams. And then as far as the Wizards, like a lot of things happen. Tyus has been good as of late. But Jordan Poole, I don't think ownership or even the head coach or even himself expecting him to be playing how he's playing right now. And other than that, they just don't have the cohesiveness as a team that, both teams, honestly, to win ball games. So it's a surprise for me as well, both of those teams, to be honest.
Okay. I think, does anybody else have any other teams? I don't think anybody thought Golden State would be that good or Mavs. Ev was up and down. I don't know where you landed. And then also the Suns, like those are fine, the Kings and everything. Is there any other teams? No? Okay.
Might be good as far as surprises. Yeah.
But nobody's surprised about the Kings like downfall or what? Or everybody's just
The who?
Kings, the Kings.
It's so close where they are, where they can like move up and down because they're just one back from
Right.
fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and them being a top 4 seed for me, I didn't have that prediction, so I'm not really. Them not being a top 4 seed again, I'm not really like I didn't have it, so yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay. So we can move on to the next topic is the Celtics historical regular season this season. So the Celtics, so every team, the Celtics currently have a top offense, a number 1 offense, while also being a top 3 defense. And the teams that also had that ranking is the 17 Warriors, the 96 Bulls, the 74 Bucks, the 72 Lakers, 71 Bucks, and the 67 76ers. So statistically, this current team is seen as one of the best teams ever. How do you think this team actually stacks up with the best teams you've ever seen?
All the bleed green just cringe.
Kiana just put on the camera. She's ready to go.
Oh, I ain't see Auntie. Auntie, what's down? What's down, Auntie? She cussed me out the other day, man. You muted.
That was a very funny introduction. That was a very funny introduction.
What happened, bro?
Now you were a little close to your mic, but continue.
All right, my fault.
So where do you guys think the Celtics stack up?
Can you put the list
in regard?
I don't touch anything Celtics. Love you, Kiana. So
Hey, bro, you gotta chill, bro.
Start there, haven't said.
Yeah,
Like let's see where she at with it.
where do you think, Kiana, as a resident Boston Celtics fan?
Specific question?
Yeah, where do you think your team actually stacks up? Do you think it is one of the best teams of all time?
No, I don't think historically you can say that unless they win a ring. But I think the data suggests that this is a historical season that they're on, regardless of whether they win a ring or not. The stats for this regular season are what they are, and they rank with the best of the best teams in the NBA. Period.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, girl?
So, do you think maybe, I'm not saying it is or it isn't, do you
Mm-hmm.
think maybe, okay, how good do you think the East really is?
I think it's better than what y'all suggested is because the Mavs just went on a East Coast trip and went like 1-4 or something like that with one of the best players in the NBA. So I just don't really know. And the team is fully healthy. I'm just saying.
That jab is insane, bro.
If you don't think the East is that good, can you say? I'm not saying. Can you say that maybe it could be a bit inflated because maybe the competition is
I
not.
think you have to
far.
play who you have to play, and I
What's
think
their record versus the West though?
we've lost 12 games, 6 to the West, 6 to the East. I'm pretty sure.
They lost most of their games in the West. Their top three. They've been pretty good for everybody else in the West.
So in the West, we've lost to the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Warriors, and then we lost a game.
The Wolves.
The Wolves in overtime.
The Lakers.
And
Without
the Lakers.
and Bron.
Is that
Yeah,
five?
okay. And OKC.
That's
Okay,
five.
yeah.
But that's
So we split, which is what we did last year, basically. We swept the Mavs last year too, and we split pretty much. We swept the Lakers, and then we split with everybody else. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, I think we lost both games to OKC, to be honest.
No, we didn't play twice. We played once. We played later this year, though.
No, I'm saying
last year.
Yeah,
last year?
Yeah.
Nah. I think you got won the first game, then you lost the second one when Shea didn't play.
Oh, I thought y'all beat us twice, but okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's because it's a watered down East. I think that if we played in the West, I do think we would have more losses. But I don't think, and I think the numbers wouldn't be as high as they were. Like, we're not going to get to play Detroit 4 times or 3 times, or we're
avoid the Wizards.
Yeah. But typically when we go out West, like when we play the Kings, that's a team that can give the top teams trouble. Every time we play the Kings, we blow them out. Every time we play the Mavs, we typically win. So like, there's like a couple of teams that give us trouble that we may go 2-2 with, and we may not sweep them. So yeah, we're maybe at like, what are we at, 12? We may be at like 15 or 17 losses rather than 12. But I don't think our numbers would just go down and just be like regular. I think they would still kind of be out there because whether it's East or West, you still have to figure out how to guard us. And just most teams aren't equipped to do that.
Okay, talk your shit. Ev?
I mean,
Ev, in general, just how you feel about the historical presidents that they are setting in the regular season. Swiper, West. I want y'all to get in on the how y'all feeling about like what they're doing historically. Specifically.
It's impressive, bro. Just from a basketball standpoint and watching it and witnessing it. And this season, 48-12, and you spoke on the historical numbers, statistically, offensively, and defensively. It goes to show the work that their general manager and their owner put in this offseason. Many Boston fans probably wouldn't expect it. Me personally, I didn't expect Marcus Smart being out the door. I didn't expect them trading Robert Williams. Now, I did not think that Malcolm Brogdon would be in the fold, going forward after what he was utilized last year. But I mean, you add Jrue, you add KP, and then you obviously continue to see the elevating from Derek White offensively and defensively. And that's not even listing their 2 best guys. They're all NBA guys, and JB and Tatum. So the start, it does not surprise me. I told y'all, I think a couple months ago, like I think they're going to win 60+ games. And I think after that, like October. I think Milwaukee started off a little slower than I expected. But as far as Boston, I mean, they're playing how they should play. And like Kiana said, I think a lot of teams don't have the capability or the personnel to be able to defend them. Especially when Tatum is utilizing the post game. When he's down there posting up a smaller wing or a smaller guard, you have to double down. So that then you can get numbers like, what is Jrue Holiday shooting from the corner on 3?
63 to like 68%.
You can get things like that to happen. You can get Derek White being one of the better 3-point shooters in the league. You can get KP having a good statistical number from the field. So all that all that plays a part. So they
So
play
how do you think they stack up with in the past? Like, do you see them as one of the greatest teams to be assembled in the regular season?
Yeah, y'all ganged up on me when I said it 2 weeks ago, and I'm still firm on it. I think
Yeah,
this is
okay,
one.
all right.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
wait.
think
Go
I
ahead,
don't
go
think
ahead,
Ev,
go
I
ahead.
don't think Ev's the one because he's so reactionary. Byron,
I'll wait. I'll
Byron,
wait.
is Byron there?
Yeah, it's
Okay, you were alive watching the 67 76ers. So you can tell us.
Dang.
So you
There
can
ain't
tell
no
us
way my twin got me out like that. Nah, bro. Hold
where
on. Let's
you see the
reel this back
Celtics
in.
ranking.
Hold on now, bro. Hold on, wait. I had to step outside, catch some fresh air. Hold on. Wait. In regards to like now I'm talking about no doggone 66 with all that. But so like who y'all want to compare them to? Like what was the teams again?
It was the
Like
17
in the
Warriors.
modern day, close to the modern day.
Your
Who was the team?
modern day,
All right,
67 76ers, 71 Bucks,
all right, woman.
72.
All right, woman. This ain't for me and you.
Okay, so 96 Bulls and 17 Warriors.
Damn, that's
17 words.
Statistically, Brian, they basically saying they having them type of seasons right now.
right.
So it's interesting.
That's why that's why I asked about the competition. If you think the competition's swaying it, but I
mean, some like 17 Warriors standpoint, like I guess like most recently, I think for me with this team, with this Boston team, the way that they just spread the court out, bro. Offensively, I guess you can start there. It's just they ask you just gotta pick your poison for the most part. Like you gonna always, more often times than not, give up something to somebody that can kill you on the offensive end. Like you just legit got to pick your poison, especially if, like we were just saying. And I think coming into the season, we were saying like an acquisition like Sam Cassell on the bench for them. If you remember Sam Cassell game, he was one of those small, bigger guards that like utilized the post game. And like coming into this season, I think Kiana touched on, like she pointed it out. I pointed it out. I think even Misha, if I'm not mistaken, pointed out like Sam might help JT be more consistent in regards to utilizing the post game mode. So if you got JT doing that more often times than not, he gonna collapse the defense like Jay Will just saying, and he's gonna open it up for everybody else. So it's just pick your poison on how they spread the court offensively and defensively. It's just with KP on the court, providing the rim protection they provide, all the versatility that they provide on the perimeter, and you got a rim protector like KP. That's you legit built a team that can have a historical defense. So I don't want to say they I don't want to say they better than the 17 Warriors. Obviously you want to wait to the playoffs to like really judge them. But from a regular season standpoint, I would say they more versatile for damn so. Like I think they provide more versatility like offensively. The Warriors is more talented, obviously like top end talented. But as far as like top to bottom, who can hurt you offensively, I think Boston got like more bodies that can like hurt you offensively.
I have a question, Heaven Sam.
Yeah, you sure about that, Bob?
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head. Steph, Clay, KD. That's the Iggy Dre. That's the 17.
I said top heavy.
He ain't saying nothing wrong. He ain't saying nothing wrong.
Top heavy.
I know it's stuck. I know it's stuck in your head with the Golden State Warriors in 20. He ain't saying nothing wrong.
Yeah, top heavy is Golden State, but top to bottom, I think Boston got more. They got more bodies that can hurt you offensively.
Man, don't make me say something y'all want me to say what I gotta say. Derek White putting the ball on the floor better than Klay Thompson.
Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, what we doing, bro? What we doing, bro?
Yeah,
like,
but he doesn't.
That's
he's not
true.
providing
That's
the same
true.
value
Yeah, he's putting the ball on the floor more than Klay Thompson. I stand on it.
I want y'all to
Yeah, he dribbles better than Klay Thompson.
I say he put the ball on the floor to go get a bucket better than Klay Thompson. That's a fact.
But he doesn't provide the spacing or gravity for Klay
I ain't never said he did. I just spoke on one thing.
Klay Thompson the more important offensive player right now.
I mean, y'all can stick to D White and Klay all y'all want. There's other names you can bring up.
No, but I'm making your point, Byron, about how it's well spread out.
Yeah, I was talking to them,
well
Jay
spread
Will.
out in
Like,
that starting five.
Yeah, come on, bro. Like top heavy is Golden State.
Steph Curry, Kevin Durant,
it's Steph and Klay. Yeah,
Iguodala, Sean
Draymond.
He said offensively.
I said offensively, bro. Like they got
Draymond is what makes them so good offensively, though.
But okay, so Swiper, you feel like top to bottom Golden State got more? They had more offensive like firepower. top to bottom, not
Well, I
top
think well,
heavy.
the issue is yeah. Let me be very clear about this. The answer is obviously yes, because they don't have a single player that is even touching the realm of Kevin Durant, let alone Steph Curry at that point in time. So they have overall more offensive punch because the top two are so far beyond anything that Celtics could comprehend that there is no measuring cup. Now, if you're going to say like, do they have a lot more spacers in 2024 than they had in 16, 17? Then sure. But like the shooting is going to be there. But in terms of offensive talent, it's not even close. I mean, like I said, Steph,
I'm sure
Steph,
top
KD,
heavy.
Dre, and Clay, and Iggy. That five alone.
So that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna ask.
Iggy.
I don't know if Heaven Sent
Iggy.
is doing all this, but
Yes.
I think the numbers suggest that we should be there. But I think when you kind of start doing what Swipe is doing and you start looking at the names of the players on paper and the talent of the players on these teams and the other teams that we're being kind of compared to, I think that kind of gives people pause, right? Because it's like you have Tatum, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? And then,
Sure.
What'd you say?
I said sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Let's be very clear about that.
We just trying to take
I
one
mean,
take, y'all.
if it stopped today, it would be arguable. But he would
I
get
love
more
I
votes.
love Lee Green. I love
know
Lee
if
Green.
it's an argument, but yeah.
Solid
So
little second ballot.
we have Tatum, who's Stan's first ballot Hall of Famer, and then after that, it's kind of like.
No, Bunny.
What's this?
What?
What's
Wait,
this?
wait,
Hold
wait.
on. What's this?
What is that, Key? What are you saying?
Man. Here we
There's
go.
no other first ballot Hall of Famers on the team.
So
Why would
so
James Brown
here's
8 years from
one
now
of my
not be
issues.
first
Hold on.
Hall of Famer?
Let Wes get in. Let Wes get in here right quick. He ain't spoke yet.
And listen, Wes, I have on my JB shirt, so that is no shade.
That's fake.
Don't try to be our
Okay.
friend now. Don't try to be our friend now. We don't need that more.
But I'm just saying to say that when you talk about and it's kind of premature because and I'll let you finish, but this is like their first, or they don't have a ring yet. So like if we're doing this conversation and we're doing it 5 years later and just hypothetically they have 3 rings, and to do that, I think JB's gonna have to go on a tear and Tatum's gonna have to go on a tear, and maybe Kristoff or D White goes on a tear or something like that. Then I think at that point you have different conversations. You know, I think it's premature to have a realistic conversation on the team because they haven't accomplished anything.
Yo, Key, I feel you, but we only talk about just regular season.
Yeah, but just for context,
just regular season, where they stack up with these teams in the regular season.
So the 2016,
I feel where you're coming from, though.
No, but she right.
The 2016-17 Warriors when you had Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Durant, Curry, and Iggy on the court, they had a plus 22.4 net rating with a 98.6 defensive rating. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're comparing, they're not in the same class in terms of like just overall talent. The problem is that the Celtics don't bottom out. And the way they have the rotation set up, they have one of their 6 best players or 2 of their 6 best players on the court at all time. And they're just really good. So if you have Tatum, Brown, D. White, Jrue, Kristoff, and Horford, whoever.
It's just one.
Right. But
wasn't 21 when they sat a lot of the fourth? Was it 20 and 21?
The Warriors?
The Warriors, yeah.
The Warriors?
21?
Why you bringing that up?
Why you bringing?
Because
21 isn't the year. 21 is the year where they limped into the offs because Steph got hurt during the regular season and they ended up losing to Ja and LeBron in the play-in. So 21 isn't the year.
Hey, look, all I was saying, Swipe, is to Byron's first initial comment.
But with that,
more talented
lowers their offense.
Players offensively.
No,
because you're giving me two.
No.
You're giving me 2 or 3 guys, and there's 5.
I'm giving you 4. I'm giving you 5. It's no.
What other 2 are you giving me?
It's Iggy, Durant, Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. The answer is no.
Keep in mind. I mainly said. I didn't say. I never said better either. So let's clear that.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I said mainly top to bottom, and in terms of versatility.
But the answer is no. Yeah.
That Golden State team was better. Yeah.
I mean, 17.
I know we never made it about what team was better.
And that's what I'm saying.
We never made it about what team was better though.
What year?
I did say I said more versatile.
Offensively.
It's not
Offensively.
The Warriors.
Who was Iggy and Draymond, bro?
I said,
Are you
hold on.
Jay Will? The reason why they're so great
I
is
said
because of
top to end
Draymond.
more talent.
That's the point.
Top to bottom, I said Boston had more talent. Ev. Top to bottom, they had more talent.
Bro, you're
That's
getting
literally what I said word for word.
Within the 5 best players, right?
I used the wrong.
No, not even 5. I would go like
So
6
who
or
made
7,
player of the
even
month,
with Boston.
I used the wrong year.
But I said top end. My fault, twin. Go ahead.
No, I said I used the wrong year. In 17, like there was a year when all of them were together and like they would sit fourth quarters. Was that in 17?
Yeah, that was during the KD era. That was the KD era.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like even when you look at the rankings or whatever, when you're bottoming out, if they're sitting at the fourth quarter, like yeah, it lowers their offensive rating.
I think the top to bottom stuff is gas too, because we can't forget that they had Sean Livingston and David West coming off their bench.
Right.
And while they were old or older players, they were still productive. And that's what made them so scary. They still kept some depth even while acquiring KD through free agency. Like they didn't have to deplete the team and the roster to the lengths that some teams have to do to acquire players like that. Like when the Big Three came together in Miami, they did have to deplete a lot of their roster to like make that thing pop and come together. But for this Celtics team, what I would say is I do think that they belong in these combos. Are they as good as 96 Bulls or 17 Warriors? No. But you know, that's a ridiculous bar to set and to have teams try to reach. What I will say for the Celtics with what they have on their roster and at their disposal, before we let Meese get in here, is you have a lot of people debating whether their fourth best player is really their second best player, whether their third best player is really their second best player. They think that
which is ridiculous.
Between JB, D White, and KP, they're all interchangeable.
People are asking Kristaps is better than Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and
who's having conversations about their fourth best?
Well, there's more so about who.
It has happened, bro. It has happened. We ain't gotta ask where it came from. Just know that it has happened.
Respect Derek White.
Well,
who is considered the fourth best player on the Boston Celtics?
Kristaps.
Who's considered the wait? What?
It depends on who you're talking to. Some people think it's Kristaps. Some people think it's Derek. It just depends on who you're talking about. Yeah, it depends on who you're talking to. That's what I'm saying. It depends on who you're talking to. But that goes to show you the level, like that's the region right now.
No, but Wes, I'm sorry to cut you off, but no matter the pecking order, like even if it's Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, White, or Tatum, Brown, White, Porzingis, how many people say, "Oh yeah, White is the second best player on the Celtics"?
Because of what Kristaps offers to them offensively and defensively. That's why they think it's just its versatility plus its efficiency. They're arguing whether or not is that more valuable next to Tatum than what Jaylen Brown is offering.
You forgot. Did you not forget? Ev, did you forget the stretch that Derek White went on?
No.
During this season, where everybody was hyping him up for All-Star.
All-Star.
During that little stretch is what Wes is talking about.
Will they get some All-NBA votes? Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. But
okay, that's a stretch where people were saying it. Were they ridiculous? Yeah.
All NBA defense.
But that's what's happening.
Calling him the second best. Mish, that's true.
Yes, bro.
He better get all NBA defense.
No.
What team?
I only had.
Damn, man, I stepped away. Where y'all at now?
I'm gonna let Wes finish, right? But I only have a question.
Derek White, the second best player on the team.
Misha and Kiana, have y'all heard Derek White get considered the second best player on Boston Celtics at any point this year?
I've heard people try to make the argument that he's the second most important or like impact player, which
that be them baby kids.
Well, I will say if you look at a lot
from the truck, Myron.
If you look at a lot of the numbers, Derek White is like an impact, like all over the court type player. And I think somebody put up like our record with all the top 6 with people missing, and our worst record was with Derek White missing games, which I thought was hilarious. So I do think that he has a huge impact on the team. But anybody saying that he has an argument to be the second best player on their team is absolutely absurd.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I fall in that same sentiment. I mean,
Next
Derek, he
conversation.
did go on that run where he should have got you know all-star over Scotty Barnes, but we're gonna leave that alone. And yeah, I think Derek he
Settle down,
better make
twin.
an
Settle
all
down. Settle
NBA
down.
defensive team. I'm not playing this year. They better give it to my boy. And that's where I'm at with Derek. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the last few games, I feel like he really on the scoring side hasn't been going too crazy since All-Star, and that may be due to JB coming into his own after All-Star break. Like JB been on a tear. Like scoring the ball wise and defense, finally putting it all together.
So Mish, where you stand with the historical thing for your team for the regular season, real quick?
To be honest, I really haven't thought about it, to be real. Because I mean, the way that I look at it and I view it is, no matter what these guys do in the regular season, all that's gonna matter is how people judge them is on the playoffs. So, far as a regular season standpoint, you're asking me who do I measure them up to historically wise?
Yeah. How do you feel that they stacking your team up against the 17 Warriors, 96 Bulls, all that in a regular season setting?
I feel like it puts more pressure on them to really go out there and win. I feel like it's not a bad comparison. It's just a level of you have to go out there and do it now. We can't sit here. The way I see it is we can't sit here and rave about you all year long in the regular season, and then the playoffs come. It's a different story. So for me, I feel like I'm not too sucked into it, because even watching them off after their post game interviews and stuff, and seeing how they're really not rushing the process. For me, hearing them say that they are literally taking one game at a time, stuff like that to me is important. Way different than last year. Last year they just were so focused to get back to the playoffs instead of enjoying the grind. So when I hear historical talks and stuff like that, I mean, it's cool and all, but I think I'm more so just ready for them to win a championship.
One more thing before we move on. I think maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe at the beginning of this little winning streak, I had to sit back, because you just get so focused on we just want to win, want to win. But I had to just take a step back and just realize enjoy what we are seeing as Celtics fans. Other people, if you want to troll or keep comparing us to the 22 finals team, I don't know why, it's a different team, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But we're watching great basketball. And so
That's a fact.
We'll enjoy it if they get to the finals, or they don't get there, or they get there and lose, whatever. At that time, I can be in my feelings then. But for right now, watching a damn good basketball team that, regardless of whether they win or lose, will be up there with a great list of teams. And then second point, I agree to Mish. JB has done a really good job speaking on them focusing on the now. And I think, I don't know if it was around All-Star break or what, but he said the first person or the first team that loses that breaks mentally or loses focus first is the team that typically loses a series. And so they've been it's kind of been hard. I kind of want us to get some close games in, but they were trying to end these games, try to give themselves little tests or little mental things to just focus and lock in. Okay, we're up big, but let's try to lock in for these next 5 minutes to try to see if we can go on a run or see if we can get X amount of stops in a row. And those are just little things that can try to help us to prepare for the finals, because that is what we're going to need to be able to do well. But long story short, great season, historic season, and I, for one, am enjoying it personally.
Yeah, I think if you're a Celtics fan, you should enjoy the fact that you're having one of the 10 or 12 best regular seasons of all time. And that should be something that any fan base should enjoy. The fact that you get maybe win 62, 65 games in a year, not many franchises that can say that. So I think the best way to look at it is that way for sure. I think it's always going to be the pressure on the outside, though. And I think, unfortunately, just because of the fact that you're being attached now, not your fault, but because of how great they've been, they're being attached to the Warriors, the Spurs, the Bulls. They're going to be Tatum. Then is going to be dragged into Jordan, Curry, Duncan convos. That's just the way it works, though. Like that's basketball. Like that's always been that. It's that way.
See,
so,
and the crazy part about that, you hear what you just said, right? People are going to be dragging him in there, and then they're going to turn around and say, we're putting him in conversations he don't belong in. So it's not a win-win.
So that's how
you can't win for losing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, well, I think let me finish this. I think there's separate arguments. I think one is he doesn't belong in those conversations at all. I would never put him.
Okay,
but
have you heard those conversations?
Meesh, remember when you put Tatum and Luka combos? You remember that?
Yeah, that's the only take that you can say that's bad of mine, and I can pull up all of yours.
Shit.
God. He asked for it. He asked for it.
Nigga left his guard down.
Keep talking about me and Tatum.
My fault, Key. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Swiper out here trying to like lower the expectations because he know his team, the Denver Nuggets, probably gonna beat y'all in the finals is insane. But let's see.
Wow, haven't said that you're picking a side. Okay,
I'm not. I'm saying let's
me. She trolled the Nuggets all the way to a finals win last year. Me, this ain't nothing new.
No, she said she's getting the plane tickets. I remember all that last year. I didn't forget.
I don't know. I was talking so positively about the Denver Nuggets.
No, you weren't, bro. I know what you were doing. I know what your bag is.
Laker fans came into Facts Stats saying I'm a Denver Nuggets fan.
Why don't you talk about the Celtics like that? Why don't you talk about the parade?
I am not touching the Celtics. I am not touching the Celtics.
You just choose not to criticize y'all. So it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing.
That's crazy. Denver had never won none before last year. You was ready for the parade. All of that.
Earlier. And again, everybody that's watching us going to be watching us on YouTube. Thank God for the support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Mish, earlier during the show this morning, you had said you were saving something for the episode around the Boston Celtics. I'm very curious to know what was that? Like, what were you saving?
So
I feel like you was about to drop something.
Yeah. What I've been saving, and it's probably what a lot of Celtics fans probably don't want to hear.
Take your time.
Byron, just sit this one out, bro. Just sit back. What they probably don't want to hear, and I've even seen it this morning, but I feel like now is the time to have the conversation about the Jrue Holiday move. I feel like it's been very quiet. A lot of people really haven't spoken on it. I know when we first got him, emotions were there, and it was kind of hard seeing Marcus go. I even seen somebody tweet that said it doesn't even feel right us getting wins without Marcus. But I mean, at the end of the day,
I had a very emotional response yesterday. I was like,
see what I'm saying?
I was like, this team is amazing, but damn, like Marcus should be here. Like,
hold on. So
people bad news. So
what's the take?
I want to say is, I think the Jrue Holiday trade has helped us, along with KP, obviously. I think it's time that we start giving him the credit that he deserves. And when I say that, I'm saying it as in a way, watching Jrue, in the beginning it was shaky, but after about, cut it out, bro, chill, bro. So after, how many games? We're like 50, 58, 59 games in, which I was saying in the beginning, give him time to figure out where he fits in on the team. I feel like now it's safe to say that us trading Jrue for Malcolm Brogdon was a good deal. Shout out to Brad, because
there is no way this is
It was.
This is the take.
Yeah, this is the take. Because a lot of Celtics fans don't like it. Like, they don't like that we lost Marcus, but it's a hard reality we got to come to, grips with.
I miss Marcus, but that's not hard to say.
So you okay? So okay, what? Then hold on. If it's not hard to
Nah,
say,
y'all ain't gonna do me like that.
wait.
Y'all
If it's
looking at it
not
in
hard to say,
hindsight. Y'all ain't gonna
let me
do
say
me
this.
like
If it's not hard to say, y'all also agreeing he's better than Smart.
Well, no.
That's
Duh.
the next
Duh.
Let me. Listen. My stance has.
Hold on, Key. Mish, do you agree with that?
Go ahead.
part I was gonna step into. It's kind of hard, but
Why is it so
Drew looks
difficult?
better.
Oh, don't because of the
this
contract, Swipe. That's what I
team.
got told.
Huh?
Because of the
So
contract.
Correct.
No. Let's leave the
They don't
contract
feel
out
like
of
they
it.
don't
Is
feel
he
like
better? No. Because Key
well,
not about
no.
to be. She not about to be slick. She not about to be slick.
No,
She,
I'm
That's
not
part.
about to
I'm
give
that
you
was
my
part of the put.
answer.
But no, Jay, what that was part of the pushback when
I'm
it
gonna
came
give
to
you
Drew.
my answer.
They don't feel like Drew is worth that much money.
no,
And they
I
feel
agree,
like
but she
he
also
should be
don't
getting
think that
that.
one's player better than another
No,
either. She think they even.
I don't think the upgrade is worth the contract.
I get that.
What?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Mish,
See, that, it was always contract
But
with Key though.
Mish, where you at?
I feel like Drew works better for our team than Marcus.
Okay.
Simply because he's not in the
cannot
way.
believe
I
this
agree.
videotape.
There we go.
Dang, I can't get it. See,
Wait, how you get that on weight?
What is
He
Wait, what is
Look
that?
at fireworks. Hey, nah, bro. Hold on. Nah.
What the?
Nigga about to make me go
Hey,
get my
somebody
I'm
Is
sent
about
it?
to
that
put
to me.
my camera.
I ain't do that. Somebody did that on
It's
mine. I
the
don't know how that
iPhone.
happened.
It's the
Oh,
iPhone. It's the iPhone. The little FaceTime glitch and all
I'm
that.
about to put my camera on. Hold on, bro. But
But
nah, go
Yeah.
ahead,
no,
Mish.
all I really wanted to say was for real. Like I feel like he is a better fit. Maybe he was the missing piece because just the way that they play to me, it just looks so different. I don't feel like he's in the way of the offense. I don't feel like he's taking ill-advised. Not saying he makes everything he takes, but I can't be mad at a guy that's consistently taking like 8 shots a game. And if he goes 2 for 8 or if he goes 6 for 8, I'm not mad at that. And he plays good defense, knowing that he has help defense
This is breaking
behind
Kiana's
him.
heart.
No, I didn't realize.
Yeah, OG, you hear it in
I
the
didn't
chat?
realize we still need to say this.
I know, OG. That's
Yeah,
true,
OG.
OG.
It
Yeah.
I think Drew is a better fit for us. It's
But Drew,
just a
but can we
lot.
wait? Hold on. Can we admit that
go
Jrue
ahead.
Holiday's just a better player than Marcus Smart?
Yeah, I think they've always
Yeah.
said that. They've
No,
always
no.
said that.
I'm asking the Celtics.
No.
fans.
Heaven sent. One person up here do not think that.
No, Kiana has said it, but she just
No, she
but
has not.
Let Kiana answer.
No, she
Heaven
don't think
sent.
it's a gap. She don't think it's a big gap.
Thank
Well,
not
you.
worth the
I
She
contract.
don't think it's a big
better.
gap. She said, yeah. She said, yeah.
He said
I'm
that he's
asking
better, but it's not worth the
Kiana.
contract.
Flashback with that, man.
Y'all don't be
That's
listening
all.
to
I
Kiana. That
just
shit crazy.
wanted to touch
But no,
on that.
Mish,
I
what
think
I
Nah, before we move, we need to
it,
get that on wax though, bro. Like,
Yeah, y'all keep talking
we
like
not,
need to clear the way so Kiana can answer that
No,
question.
but they said exactly what I said. I think he's better, but it's not this huge gap. And for me, contract matters. And if he was making $20 million a year, I would have not said crap about nothing. So
You agree? You agree with me
that
sentiment?
that
what?
30
That he
30
fits
mil
better.
looking real good for y'all right now.
It's looking real ugly.
That's fine.
And
How'd you
he's gonna need to
oh no, you can't say in one.
and he's going to need to take a serious pay cut, or
No.
he's going to
Who?
be out of here.
Hold on. What about the right now, Kiana? What about what
Jrue
about enjoy?
Holiday, he's averaging career highs across the board.
Yeah, but he's not worth
Hold
that
up.
money though.
Hold up. How we gonna talk about? Let's enjoy it right now. They playing some damn good basketball, historic season, et cetera, and then we gonna flip and then come. Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead. No, I was just saying, like in regards to like, okay, that 30 mil looking like is worth it in terms of present day, right?
I live
That's
in
what I'm saying
reality.
about
I live in reality, and in reality, the team is not going to be
48,
together much
45
longer
splits.
if Jrue Holiday is making 30 plus and wants a pay raise next year. Like that's just reality.
I don't think he's gonna want no pay raise.
I'm
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
think so if he wins the
Paying
chip too.
$30 million for 13 points is.
But
Okay. Oh, since when you just look at points per game?
Yeah, it's context to that stuff.
Since when you just look at points per
Game.
all right, yeah, twin. State, yeah. I don't know who you be talking to, but I don't know who this person is just looking at points per game in terms of impact. Since when you start doing that? Since when you start doing that?
Okay, Byron, let me ask you a question. Do you think he's worth Do you think he's worth $30 million?
No.
Hold on, say it again.
Do you think he's worth $30 million?
Yeah.
48 and 12.
He's not worth
48 and 12.
But he was
48
got $30
and 12.
million for being an all-star in the Bucks, and then you got an all-star on your roster to be a role player.
I understand that. I have.
But he's playing a role as an all-star on your team, which is why you're so good.
Because just to put into perspective.
Thank you.
Just to put into perspective,
Like,
I think
y'all,
he's making.
is it not clear
I'm really
No, I
talking
get
the
it,
twin.
but you're
I'm really
getting
talking
an
the
all-star at like a reduced level, which is why deficiencies don't cost him.
Just to put in perspective, this season he is making the most on the team.
Good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Jrue Holiday,
JB's contract
right?
is
40,
starting
48
this year.
and 48 and 12.
He is making
I love
27%
Jrue.
of the
I
cap
want
this
Drew to
season.
stay here. I don't
He
have an
not
issue with
he,
him staying here. He's going
but
to have to take a pay cut. That's just
Okay,
what
so
he
look,
Why would
he
he take a pay cut with
and,
years
but
left on his
I
but
mean,
deal?
no,
he
but
wants
no, but
to
no,
stay
No,
he's
no,
not
no.
gonna
He
command 30 mil
You
next
don't
year.
think 27%
At his,
of the cap is
He's
a
not.
lot?
at
He'll
his
take the
age,
cut.
but no, at his age, he gonna take a cut next year.
He's gonna
Respectfully,
take the cut. I
he
don't
gonna
see
take
him
a cut.
saying
Come
being
on,
yeah,
man.
rebellious.
but look,
Like how
Key, do you agree with Mish about he fits better?
Wait, what the world?
Huh?
I think when he's the person, because I don't know what the Warriors were doing, thinking like, let's play off of JB. People are going to play off of Jrue in the playoffs. That's what they're going to
Well,
do.
he's a better shooter than JB right now.
Let me
That's
finish my
cool.
point. My point is, if they're going to play off of Jrue, that is certainly better than playing off of Marcus. This year, if this can translate into the playoffs, then yes, he has shown this year that he will make you pay if you just leave him wide open. So yes, I think this is great. I have no problems with Jrue on my team. The whole time has been a contract.
He got a
For y'all to
$37
sit
million
here and
cap
for
hit.
y'all to sit up here and act like a contract does not matter in a league that where a cap matters is insane.
I'm
But
not
he's
in that.
making- but
I'm
he-
not in that conversation. I'm not in that conversation. I just want to know if you thought he fit better. That's it.
I'm not turning that down.
That's all I want to know.
Just as a basketball player. I mean, but at the end of the day, though, like when you like to like kind of piggyback, I guess, land the plane before we go to the next topic. To piggyback on what Mish, for the most part, saying, Drew's skill set and his just talent, natural talent, or I say natural talent, but mainly his skill set fits better to be a connective role player, which I asking him to do, than Marcus Smart did naturally. If you want to
an
compare
overall
the two
better
players.
player.
He's
Like he just
he does everything better.
yeah, like so he fits
Slow down, Swiper.
yeah, he fit the connective role player role just naturally better.
He's excelled in his role. He's sacrificed
sure.
on just about every level. He hasn't complained not one bit, unlike Brog. He's done everything that we've asked him to. I have
That's shady.
like
Let's stop acting like you don't know what it is, bro.
But yeah, but for the future though, Key, I don't think y'all should continue, and I don't think y'all will, and I don't think you're gonna command 30-something mil from here on, like after next year.
Okay.
Wait, Byron,
Byron,
you think he should turn down his player option next year?
I don't think he should.
No, he shouldn't. $37 million for what?
Hold on, wait, he got a play option next year?
Yeah, bro, I'm not turning that down.
Oh yeah, he's yeah. God bless that man. Got a family. That man got a family. My fault.
Right, that's a fact.
I didn't know he got a play option though. I didn't know that. I wouldn't help.
So after gushing about the Celtics for 5 hours just now, about
you
how
were
perfect their roster
The real you
is,
coming out for sure.
Jrue
For sure.
Holiday
Thank you though. Thank you.
doing all of this, worth 27% of the cap and stuff like
Hey,
that.
if they get a chip out of it,
Porzingis
you're damn Skippy.
and everything.
If they get a
like
chip
that.
out of it, your damn Skippy is worth it.
That's a
You're
fact.
damn
Yeah.
Skippy.
The question that I have, and I think I will start with Ev, is who is the biggest threat to the Celtics in the East?
I'm not paying
Solid.
$30 a year. I'm sorry.
Solid.
The biggest threat. I mean, you got to look at no further than the team that they met in the conference finals the last 2 seasons.
Oh wow!
And you know,
we caught that.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Kiana
Come on.
She laughing at Byron. 2022 7 games.
I'm laughing at you, Abro.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Don't try and put me in that, nigga. What? Don't try and put me in that.
Listen, 2022 7 games, 23 7 games. Granted, not the same team.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown get ready to sit out. Get ready for Thursday.
It's a different dimension and also dynamic, or however they can approach the game. And obviously, players evolve, players get better. But shit, same for Miami. Excuse my language. Same for Miami. I think we're a better team. We're deeper. Jimmy is now rising to his usual level of play when he feels like it's now the next step for us. And then Bam is better offensively and defensively to me as well. So the biggest threat to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference, look no further than the team that's down south, the Miami Heat. I think if they meet again this year, it'll be a 7-game series, and then it's all about who rises to that, who rises to that occasion in Game 7. And sometimes we've seen Jimmy Butler do it. Sometimes we've seen Derek White do it for them. Sometimes we've seen Tatum do it. So I think the Miami Heat, without a doubt.
Picking your team to go to Game 7, you better pick your team in the Game 7, nigga. What? If you saying it's gonna go 7?
She didn't ask for the winner though. She just asked me who's the biggest threat. So I ain't want to say too much. I just think they might be the biggest threat.
I will follow up on that, but I want to see if there's any other team that somebody would like to throw into the pool that you think is a threat.
And
can I
on
say
top,
one thing?
On top of what Heaven Sin is saying, Ev, do you think there's another team, or do you think it stops at the Heat?
Nah, it'll stop at the Heat,
bro. Y'all got
You don't think the Bucks? You don't think the Bucks got a shot?
Wait, stop at the
Bucks are in the conversation.
Bro, you can't take this seriously.
Nah, let's stop at the Heat. Nah.
Listen,
if y'all like listen, one of my friends, they like to say, if you like it, I love it. If y'all like the Bucks, I love the Bucks. I'm not with that. I think the Miami Heat is probably the biggest.
The Miami Heat is a bigger threat than the Nuggets?
The Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, no. The East. He said the East.
In the East.
Yeah,
in the East.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at you. Let's hold on. The East only. The East. And the whole entire
answer, but okay.
Oh, you agree with that answer? Who do you think is the biggest threat to the Celtics? Don't say themselves. Don't.
Not a soul.
Okay, yeah. So there. I mean, that's
Nah, Keon, you gotta pick a team.
That's noted.
Keon, you gotta pick a team.
That's noted.
Yeah, but come on now.
It is.
It does not. The limit does not.
Somebody gotta be the biggest threat, even though you think you can beat them.
I can't wait.
Not a soul. Not a soul.
Do you guys not listen to Kiana? To Kiana, the biggest threat is themselves.
Thank you. And
we're asking for content. Can she give us a team?
But when I say that,
all year.
So you just randomly want us to pick a team?
No, but Celtics fans.
No. It's not about you beating. It's not about you thinking that.
Stage, I don't switch up every 5 business days.
Oh,
this is not about switching up. Solid little job.
Listen, Mish.
Wait a minute. The Nuggets were 12-3 through the West last year, and I can even say it's going to be the Clippers or one of them that's going to give them the biggest hunt. And they went 12-3. Boston went 4-2, 4-3, and then 4-3. So we went 12
and 8.
I'm
okay.
Going back to last year and the year before that.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so Kiana, fact. Kiana, that's a fact. Kiana, that's a fact. Y'all not the same team.
I'm very tired.
If you had to pick one team in the Eastern Conference that can give y'all the most difficulties,
no one.
Who would you say?
That's all I'm saying.
It's not changing. I don't understand.
So
okay.
So if they get beat, it's only themselves. It's only themselves. That's what we have.
If they get beat, it's a colossal failure.
Yeah, it's only themselves though. It's not the Heat. It's not Jimmy. It's not Jimmy and Bam. It's not going to be Giannis. It's just going to be they beat themselves. So it's going to be ghost on the court. That's why they lost. There's a ghost on the court. That's why they lost. Nothing to do with Giannis. Nothing to do with Jimmy.
Hey, this guy here, bro.
That's it.
What is he talking about?
The only reason they would lose is they beat themselves. That's it.
I think what they want. I think what they trying to get out of Key. For the most part, and Mish, because I think Mish will probably say the same thing. You know, they probably they the biggest threat, like is they self. But if you got to pick a team that you think that's gonna play y'all the toughest, who would it be?
You know,
not beat y'all, but play y'all the toughest.
I can name those try-hard teams. That's not hard.
Yeah, name a try-hard team.
Let me also add.
The Knicks.
The Knicks.
Go ahead, Twin.
Let me also add to that and just say this. Okay, Kiana, I know that you feel like the Celtics.
Why you gotta come to me?
Because you know
the
Celtics.
Because you literally saying you're not picking a team, Key. Like, come on now.
Because the Celtics are the one that can beat themselves. What team do you think can exploit that the best?
Well, this is my real answer, and I don't like. I'm not gonna give y'all the answer that y'all want because I don't have that answer to give. But this is my answer. I think this team is different than last year's team. I think with Miami, I would have said Miami had we not had KP. They can't guard KP. I would have said the Bucks. If they had wing defenders, they don't have a soul that can guard Jason or Jalen.
Pick and roll.
The unstoppable pick and roll. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do to stop it. Having said, I don't really know. That's a good point. It may be the Bucks. Who knows?
When you think you know a woman, boy.
Hold on. Keep going.
Think you know a woman.
Keep going.
But that's it. I mean,
okay.
It's crazy.
That's my serious answer. If we lose, it is a colossal failure. I'm not gonna say that if we lose to the Heat or if we lose to the Bucks without even seeing the game that the Celtics just completely folded, because it very well could be they played bad defense. But how I'm looking at it right now, there is no team in the East that should beat them, and that is how I feel.
Okay, I can appreciate. I can appreciate that.
No,
but hold on. I appreciate that elaboration because she ran down. But listen, I appreciate that elaboration because she ran down the teams that we would probably think have a threat or have a chance to beat them, and she just eloquently just explained why they don't have one to her.
She explained why they would beat them.
No, right.
She explained why they would beat them, but like the toughest matchup. That's all we asking for.
You gotta beat them.
Because we all picking Boston present day too. So all she did was explain why Boston would beat them.
I gave
Not who would play them the toughest.
I'm not.
Okay, so
The Celtics will be their toughest competition.
Okay, so
J. Will.
okay, I got you. Me, so what's up? Where you at with it?
So
you got an answer?
I got an answer. So based off the question you're asking, who would play us the hardest? Then the answer is Miami or the Knicks. Because the way that they try hard and play us is unremarkable. I don't understand. It's like when they play us, they know like every game is game 7. I've never seen no shit like that. The Magic tried that shit, but we shut that shit down already. So it was like, don't do that no more. So I mean, out of everybody in the East, I just don't see how with us mismatch hunting, like even worse now that we got KP, who are you going to help off of?
That's true.
And that's really how we've been beating teams like that. And what you doing all of that for? Because y'all ain't found the answer yet. So I'm with Kiana though. I'm like, y'all keep bringing up last year, and we don't even have the same team. The same guy that y'all told us was the problem, he ain't there no more. Robert
JT ain't there?
You're crazy. Somebody just tried to lie to me the
JT is
other
the best
day.
player in every Heat series, so I don't know what.
Hey man, hey, you heard it here first, man. Listen, you heard what she had to say, man.
11-10 in the comments killing.
Hey, finish, but finish up, Mies. Finish up, Mies.
But I feel like out of all the East teams that'll try and give us a run for our money, it'll be Miami.
I could assure you that.
I don't, like I said, the way that I don't have no faith in them, bro. I'm sorry. But because right now, the way it's looking, they'll be matched up with Milwaukee again. So who's to say y'all picking Miami over Milwaukee right now?
Yeah. Sorry, not me. This is not my conversation.
Not me, nigga.
Thank you, son.
Worry
That's
about
crazy.
No.
But well, look,
what's crazy about that?
We gonna get to that.
You know what though? You know what though?
Crazy.
Now that I think about it, because Giannis is supposed to run the East like Bron did, he should be able to beat the Miami Heat.
Here we go. It's Good's fault. Look, he's talking about my Luka take, and look at what he said.
Okay, so
Giannis is running the East.
let's work it. Let's work it around. Let's work it around.
Can't wait to catch y'all in the play.
Hold on. Let's work it around the room. So, Wes, you there?
Yeah.
What you got on the biggest threat to the Celtics?
I mean, I think as it currently stands, today it should be Milwaukee. Post All-Star break, they've come out. You can see they're playing better basketball. New sets have been implemented offensively. Defensively, it seems like there's an uptick in effort and scheme. So I think they are proving thus far, post All-Star break, they're the biggest threat. I think given health, it might end up being the New York Knicks, because I expect them to be there as the season wanes. I'm not a believer in the Heat, for those who know me. Not a big fan. Objectively speaking, though, I mean, they could possibly make some things shake. I think the issue I have with the Heat, they always tend to play better basketball without number 14 to me. Unfortunately, they don't know how to get away from number 14. So I question if he's healthy come playoff time, if they will do what needs to be done, or if he gets to stay in the lineup just because, he was supposed to be better than Donovan Mitchell. And we weren't trading him for Donovan Mitchell years ago because he was supposed to be better than some of these other guys, and we wouldn't even mortgage the future for players who were clearly better than him. We didn't want to trade, Tyler Hero for players who were clearly better than him. So
and what's the last
who knows,
time
man?
That is literally not true, though.
There
we go.
No, that's literally not true. What you just said, though. But
what's not true about he was supposed to be better than Donovan Mitchell? That literally was said years ago. Do you remember after his rookie season?
All right, nah.
I will say that the Heat, they
selective memory. What are we doing?
Selective memory. Selective memory.
Oh, okay.
Is that the
Okay.
only thing that you have pushback on? You don't have pushback about anything else he said about Tyler Hero?
Listen, he said we can't get away from 14, and he thinks we perform better, or when 14 is not playing. So at the end of the day, most likely 14 will be healthy in 2 months when the playoffs start, or next month when the playoffs start.
And you know something that's funny to me, bro? Every time 14 isn't healthy, the thing that I said like way back when, early in the season, is I think that Jimmy's more aggressive, and Jimmy's a better basketball player every time 14 is off the court. Like he just tends to be like the guy he's supposed to be when he isn't deferring and trying to accommodate a guy who only can be effective if shots are falling. And it's funny how he hunts his offense when that guy's off the court, but when he's on the court, he can't, because the only way Tyler can actually be a good player and actually be a positive on the court is if he has some shots fall.
Well,
But
I think
conveniently
one, I don't have an issue with what you said. Two, I think Jimmy, is anybody that's a Heat fan can take that little graphic that you guys are seeing over the past week of Jimmy cooling, Jim VP, and then the other final shit that you seeing on Twitter right now. I think that's just how Jimmy is, bro. October through December, October through January, you're not going to see him be aggressive that you're seeing him be the last 30 days. He actually appreciates when Tyler Hero and Bam is aggressive on offense, if you ask me. I think that's how he prefers the regular season to go. And then when it's the nitty-gritty time, when it's the uptick, when it's the I got to put this in my back, that's what he does. Am I the biggest fan of that? No, y'all know that. But that's what he does. That's what he chooses to do. So now that's why you see him not be as aggressive in a November or December game that you may like to see him do. He's not going to do that, bro. He prefers Hero and Bam to get the 15 plus shot attempts, or even some games where it's 20 or more. I think he prefers that.
How much are you paying him again? 50?
Who, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Who, Jimmy?
How much you paying him again?
Listen, I'm not a fan of it, but that's just what he does in the regular season. That's what he prefers to do, and that's okay.
I got a question though. Like, what's the point of Hero being acquired Rozier, and then the way DeLon Wright has been playing for y'all? Like what's the point of him?
The way he been playing, he ain't been playing though.
What's the point?
Right. The point guard y'all just got, the new guard,
Terry Rozier.
DeLon Wright.
No, DeLon.
Terry Rozier.
Yeah. What about DeLon? You saying?
Like, he's been playing well for you guys.
When he's playing, he's been fine in his minutes.
But you saying what's the point of Tyler Hero with them?
Why you say that's so shady and dismissive?
Yeah,
what's the point of Tyler? What are you saying?
Yeah, like Tyler. Why would you need Tyler Hero?
Why would you need Hero in the rotation?
I don't know if that's a serious question, but apparently it is. I mean, you always can use a scoring punch.
Well, I mean, you don't need Terry and Tyler.
Bro.
That was dumb.
Okay. Well, we needed a point guard that was better than Kyle Lowry, and I think
is Rozier really a point guard?
Yeah, but he's operating and he's doing a damn good playmaking.
But is he really a point guard?
He's a combo guard.
So he is essentially doing what Tyler Hero is doing.
No. He's
doing
it better. He's better.
Hold on.
Tyler can't do none of that. He can't play make at all.
As far as the Heat, in general, he probably not looked at as like a pure point guard, but in the Heat system, he makes sense in regards to what they ask for from their point guards.
Okay. And he's doing well at it. Ain't doing way better than Kyle Lowry was doing this year.
I would hope so.
Nobody said that he was not an upgrade over Kyle Lowry.
Yo, so the bar is in hell.
But you told me, you said, okay, forget Kyle Lowry. You said us getting him was like pointless.
Kyle is doing very well in.
Well, shout out to him.
Philly.
Shout out to growth.
Shout out to
Kyle Lowry.
Hey, yo. So look though, Wes, did you finish? Did you got any other team to go in there with Milwaukee? You just with Milwaukee?
I mean, yeah, like I was saying about the Knicks, giving help, because they're really depleted with injuries right now. Jalen just got hurt yesterday, so prayers up to him on a speedy recovery. But if OG can come back and get his legs under him before the offs, if Brunson can get healthy and get his legs under him before the offs, and if that number 30 guy can just not be a negative, like just not be the worst playoff performer.
He'd about to be so
ever.
bad, bro.
If they can get all of those things to fall in their favor, I do think it is a series. I guess if I'm talking about matchups, I would favor the Knicks in terms of a matchup over any other team, especially with Mitch Rob coming coming back as well. It's like they have everything that they need to match up well because they can guard. I think the Celtics attack better than most other teams. So
I can agree with that.
Yeah, they just ain't got the shot making though.
So Swipe, where you at with it?
It's the Heat and the Bucks. That's it. There's only, I mean, whoever plays the Celtics in the first round, might get 2 games off them because whatever. We'll see what happens. If Kristaps is healthy, they should be really dominant. Kristaps, when they played that lineup, they're cooking people this year. But when they put Horford in the lineup with that same starting 5, they're only a plus 4.3 so far this year. So Kristaps makes about a plus 10 difference on the year. So I agree with them. Like Kristaps makes them just exceptional, phenomenal. They've only lost a couple. Well, in Kristaps, in the games he played, how many games have y'all lost? Could in the 12 games that y'all have?
5.
I thought it was 3. That in the games. I think that was the games where he didn't play. We lost 3.
So. The Nuggets, Wolves. Is it the Wolves?
The Lakers.
Lakers. That's right. Yeah. Well, again, I don't really count that game for anything. There was no LeBron.
You counted and the Warriors too. He didn't play the first time.
No, for real. But I've said this already. You don't have your 2 best players. You're playing against a whatever. It's just they were hitting shots all over the place. So anyway, I think it's going to be the Heat. I think it's the Bucks. I think 1 for 1. I think Giannis and Jimmy, they just have to be great, like they have been in playoff series. The Bucks are going to have to be healthy. I mean, have to be healthy, 1,000%. They're going to have to be healthy to get that done.
Giannis can carry. Giannis can carry.
I mean, he can, but it's just going to come down to Brooke and the rest of them. But again, Kristaps, the thing is, I want to see what Kristaps look like past that first round. He's just never been there before, but he should be good. I'm excited to see it though. I think Bam and Jimmy and everything that the Heat got going on, I just think it's going to be a dogfight. I don't think it's going to be sweet. Some people think it's going to be easy. I still think it's going to be a dogfight. They're just not going to lay down. They know those teams too well. They know the players too well. We'll see if Jrue can keep hitting those shots. He's been shooting some 42% or whatever in the playoffs the last couple of years. Honestly, y'all remember that the series versus the Bucks 2 years ago. Jrue Holiday showed up. That game might not be over. Might be over in 6 instead of going to 7 and all that nonsense happened. He just couldn't hit anything. But hopefully he has a better playoff run this year. But I think the Bucks are going to be nice, man. Their defense has been way better since Doc Rivers got there.
I think we get to play them one more time before
the Bucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We played them on April 9th.
Have y'all played them since the Doc acquisition?
No, we played no.
Right.
The last time we played them was when they blew us out.
I'm glad
you didn't play nobody.
I'm glad you brought up Doc because my question was going to be, when you guys are saying you think that Milwaukee will be a threat to the Boston Celtics, do you have any questions about their coaching in the playoffs?
Not necessarily, because their 1A won't complain about not getting the ball when it matters most because he can go get the ball.
No.
I think the rotations will be cool. He's going to rely on the veterans. I think him and Dame. But again, Dame's generally an issue. Is he going to shot make past the first round? No idea whatsoever. We've never seen him do it. So they got some answers to be answered, the questions to be answered too. I think them and the Celtics in different reasons. But I think if Giannis is healthy and locked in, Dame is healthy and locked in, plus Brooke, they should be able to push the Celtics. But the Celtics are still a much better team than them so far this season. But I think as basketball has slowed down for the Bucks, they've gotten back to some of their old principles. I think Doc Rivers has given them a system to fall into. They should still be able to push them to 6 or 7 games. So we'll see.
Think it's going to be a 3. Think they're going to blow another 3-1 lead? That should be crazy.
And this will be the second time that Joe has seen Doc in the playoffs.
I can't believe that. Yeah, but the thing is, the Celtics never should have been down 3-2, bro. That was just so.
Life happens.
That was so dumb, bro. And then of course they folded it away,
happens. Bro. Hey, they could have closed it.
They could have closed it. They don't have a closer. I don't know what to tell you.
So where you at with the biggest threat to the Celtics, Byron?
I would go Bucks in Miami too.
Why y'all picking 2 teams though?
I said the Heat first, and I said the Bucks.
Yeah, the biggest one. You could pick one.
If they feel like what I'm starting to realize is that I think people feel like the East is kind of it fluctuates to where they can see each team being a threat, but then all of us are not picking them to win.
I mean, because it's for 2
fluctuating. There's only three contenders in the East.
I don't mean to keep it a stack.
People add the Knicks though.
Why are they adding the Knicks? The Knicks don't have it. They don't have the shot making. Julius
West
Randle's
said
going to be
Who are
horrible.
these people?
West
They're going to
said
be horrible.
What?
Who are these
West said
people?
the
Julius
Knicks.
Randle's going to be horrible, bro.
Damn.
Okay, go ahead,
But
Byron.
But no, I think why I would pick Milwaukee and Miami. I know Ev want Miami to have they solo stage spot.
No,
Shout
I
out to you,
don't.
brother. But
No,
I mean, I hear you, but why I would say two teams because I would pick them two for two completely different reasons. Because I think Milwaukee would just in terms of like the talent that they can provide in that series, I think Giannis could have a better chance of being, the best player in that series. Respect to Jimmy, but had a better chance of being the best player in that series. And that matters, going up against a team like Boston. Because how deep they are, like, from 1 through 7, however you want to say. So, for that reason, that's why I would go with Milwaukee. And Miami, it goes to complete opposite. It's the coaching, it's the scheming. Like we just saw time and time again when it comes down to Miami and Boston. So two completely different reasons why I would pick those two teams to be the top two threats. But you had to ask me, I would say Milwaukee. If you want to say that's, a little bias and that, cool. But yeah, two completely different reasons.
Okay.
What about you, Jay Will? What's your answer?
Me?
Yeah, Jay Will.
We heard you. Yeah, you.
This hard because I don't really.
Oh, he fake tough with the camera too, huh?
But Jay was, yeah, right.
But if I had to pick one team, it'd be the Heat. For the same reasons Byron kind of explained for Spo. And I think today, earlier during our live show that we have every single day on Facts and Stats, 1110, a very good Heat supporter, and she's a member of Facts and Stats. She told me something interesting today about how Jovic is starting. And like him being at the 4, Bam at the 5, it's been looking pretty solid to where now you got some size in the front court. And I ain't gonna lie, that kind of moved me in a way because I know if they're trying to match up with Boston, I don't really see the whole Caleb Martin, Jimmy Butler front court with Bam. Not this year with KP on the court. I don't see it.
And so what is Jovic supposed to do?
He provides something. One thing they need is rebounding. They need it. When they play y'all, if they can't rebound the glass, I
Jovic is not like a high level.
I don't think they really have a chance. And then his outside shooting at the 4 spot is also needed. I'm not a firm believer.
Nigga, Ev in the cut. Ev in the cut, not defending his rook. That shit crazy.
She's not gonna say nothing good about the team anyway.
Bro, defend your rook, brother. What you mean, brother? Oh man,
I know what she gonna say already. So it's like
snatch my nigga chain, bro. I never thought I'd see the day.
No, I like him. I like watching him play. I think he's a good young player. For this matchup, I just needed. I was a little lost.
He has to space. If he's spacing the floor at the 4, that's good.
But a whole series?
No, but she so
what?
The spacing will be there regardless if it's Caleb, maybe even Highsmith.
No, it's not gonna be there regardless.
I'm guaranteeing you Caleb's starting that series.
Why would the same spacing? Why would it not be there?
Did you say Highsmith?
I said, or even because Highsmith, or even
I don't think there's spacing of Highsmiths out there.
Cool, not a problem. Caleb and Jovic is gonna be the same floor spacing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know why you think that. Like, I legit don't know why you think that it's not. It's going to be the same.
He doesn't think Caleb's a shooter. I don't know where.
But her argument, her point was, well, what is Jokic going to do defensively and also on the glass? So that's where I already know what she's thinking. So it's no point for me to step in and comment. Like, I get it, I feel it. We just have to see what happens at that point.
Okay, well let me respond to that.
You keep saying the spacing part for
Jovic is shooting 39% from 3.
Wait. So we clowning the rebounding. Let me say this right quick. KP's not a good rebounder. Newsflash, he's not a good rebounder. If my defensive game plan is for Jovic to be a body, not some defender, not somebody that's gonna be boxing out, getting crazy on the board against Porzingis.
But
it's the point.
But he's not a switchable defender though.
It's a point that he's a body, so Bam can.
Jovic is not even going to play. He's not even going to play 20+ minutes.
He won't. He won't even play 15 minutes next year.
We don't even know. First of all,
we do know Jovic is not playing
15+ minutes.
Not at all. Not even close.
He's not going to play 20+ minutes. He don't even.
Not even close.
He don't even do it right now.
He's a baby deer. He's a baby deer.
I have more faith in Spo than for him to put out a lineup with Jovic, Tyler, and Terry. Like, what is that supposed
we talking about the same coach that's willing to experiment and try things that could possibly work.
He could try.
But Jovic isn't better than Caleb Martin in that setting, though.
Who said he's gonna play more minutes? Why are you making it about him playing?
But you're saying starting. You're saying starting. Why would I start Jovic?
What?
I'm not starting Jovic for the Celtics. Respectfully,
That's
I'm
what
just not
they're
going to do
doing
it.
right now.
I'm not doing it. I'm telling you, I'm not doing that versus the Celtics.
Yeah,
Respectfully,
he's been starting for the past.
No, I know he's been starting. Yeah, I'm aware.
I don't got an issue with the starting point.
Nah, I think we being ridiculous at the end of the day about a name right now. We're not talking about Spo and how he can utilize names that you may not think is nice. That's the whole point. If he's facing the court and being a body for 12 minutes, you don't know if it can turn into something impactful. Nobody in here thought Caleb Martin was going to do what he did in the playoffs. Don't sit up here and tell me we did.
Oh, you talking
Well,
about?
you mean after the first round? After the first round?
Bro, we didn't think he was gonna do what we saw him do even on the first
time. Nobody was guarding him versus the Celtics. I don't know what you wanted to do.
Somebody hurt. Hold on.
Wide open.
Somebody hurt right now, y'all, for Miami.
Tyler Hero.
Yeah, and that's the other. They're never healthy. I don't like.
I mean, that's true. But in regards to Jovic, like why he starting? Like that's my thing.
It's either Jovic, Highsmith, or Caleb. Really, Jovic or Caleb.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think y'all should knock Jay Will for what he's saying there, because like saying he gonna go just like no injuries, right? Like he's not starting because somebody injured. He's starting because Cole believe in his potential.
I don't think he's going. That's the reason he's starting. I think he's starting because somebody's injured right now, bro.
No, Jay Will. That's what I'm saying. That's what Jay Will. I'm saying the opposite. That's why I asked him if somebody was injured. They was like no. So like he's starting because they believe in his potential.
No, my belief is that I believe that he is experimenting with lineups. I 100%. I don't, and there's no problem with doing that, and there's no problem with saying that Spell is going to. They have 10 to 11 guys that they can play with and mash up lineups with. I don't have any issue, any pushback to that at all. My issue is naming him in a series with us to get serious. I don't know what he's supposed to do.
Just before 11-10 goes, I do want to add that for the past 6 games, Jovic has started for the Miami Heat, and they are 5-1, only losing the game to Denver by 6. 11-10.
Who have they played? 11. Haven't sent.
It's okay. We're the same person.
Pelicans.
Milwaukee. They beat Milwaukee by 26. Philly by 5. Pelicans by 11. Portland by 10. Utah by 6.
Thank you.
Hi,
11-10.
So, hey, Kiana, I have to come up here.
I don't listen. I
defend my son's honor.
I don't know how we got here, girl. I don't know how we got here.
No,
Mama Jovic.
Jay Will did it, bro.
I was just trying to explain my point of why I was going with the Heat as a threat. It started off with Jovic because I got some good information.
All of a sudden, they a threat to Jay Will.
Based off the way Spo is the coach, and it got interrupted into that's, I guess, a terrible take, or it's ridiculous to hear Jovic can have an impact in the series. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Let her explain.
So, listen, the idea with Jovic is, first of all, the thing with Jovic is if he doesn't start, he doesn't play. So the idea is that you start him, and even if he's like not good in his minutes, he's not gonna play like heavy minutes. We typically, I think, have him like maybe 20 minutes in terms of how many minutes he plays in a game. So he's not closing, but what we do is we have him start for size, and then recently we played the Pelicans. We had Jovic guarding Valanciunas, and he was fine. He held his own. And he's been able, the thing with Jovic, he has to be able to stay on the court without fouling. And in his stints that he's been having starting lately, he has not been getting into foul trouble. So the thing with Jovic, he's a decent rebounder, and he's a connector within our offense, and he can push the pace, which has been really helpful for the team. So in a matchup with the Celtics, the idea would be that you put Jovic on KP because Jovic is 6'10". If he's able to just keep his hands up, not foul, rotate, whatever, you see what that looks like. I'm disappointed that Spo didn't try it in our last matchup with y'all just to see what that would look like, because obviously switching is not going to be something that we can do reliably against y'all with the fact that KP is able to exploit, smaller matchups. So if you put Jovic out there and he does a decent job against KP, that could help us out. So I don't know realistically what Spo's plan is for Jovic, but I think you have to use him in some way because we don't have any other size in the 4 spot. And Kevin Love is our backup center. So we can't really start him at the 4 because Lord help us, you see Thomas Bryant minutes or Orlando Robinson minutes at the back of 5. It's not good. So you have to kind of explore having Jovic out there. So that's the idea of it. Is basically what Jay Will was trying to bring up.
Okay, that hasn't changed my opinion, but thank you for.
I can respect it. I can respect it if you don't think it moves you. I understand. He's still a second-year player. He's young, so, but that's the idea of what potentially could happen if he ends up playing in that series. Who knows if that happens? But that's the idea of it.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you think he benches one of the, or not? I shouldn't say bench, but do you think he gives the DeLon guy a little bit more rope in that series?
Man, that's tough. I don't know, man.
It's just y'all have so many people. Like
it's just too many people, and we have too many people. I would say sometimes in the wrong position. Yes. Like we don't have a reliable enough for like Jovic. You know, you would like to see him, but he's the only guy at the 4 with size. So with DeLon, I really do think it's matchup dependent and depends on Jay Rich I don't know what he looks like whenever he gets healthy, if he gets healthy from that shoulder. So I would like to see him play, I think, in the Celtics series just because of the versatility that you can have on the defensive side of the ball with, presses and the zone. He's been really good with deflections. So I would like to see him play, but I don't know. It's just a lot. Like you have Highsmith, you have DeLon, and you have Jay Rich. Like that's a lot of guys that we typically, use to like add pressure, on-ball pressure. So I don't really know what's going to be in that aspect, though.
Thank you, 1110, for wrapping that up in a bow. Because we've come to the end of the episode. Does anybody have any last thoughts? Or are we just sticking with Miami could beat Celtics and some sprinkling some Milwaukee?
Well, I just hope, Duncan Robinson ain't out here trying to pull people's ankles or pull people's arms and none of that.
You mean Jaylen Brown?
No. I mean Duncan Robinson being
You're funny to make that comment live on
We ain't
Playback
doing that, Mish, bro.
Yeah, you're funny for
that
that.
Was crazy.
You're real funny for that.
Did Duncan Robinson get a technical for that?
Against the Knicks when he did, I don't know.
No, I can't remember.
No, I don't even think they called a foul.
No,
they called a foul. They called a foul on it. I don't know if it was a tech or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea, Wes. Although everyone that came up and spoke, shout out to Wes, Kiana, Byron, Jay Will, Swiper, Mish, Heaven Sent, Goods, 1110 for her late. Well, also in the beginning as well, the episode. Thank you, 1110. Lowe was just up here vibing. It was a great episode. Episode 98 was special. It will be distributed to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Wait, Lowe is up here?
Check out the other platforms or the other platforms at Facts and Stats _ everywhere. Everybody that took part in this episode, thank y'all. And you can see us doing another live episode next week as well. So thank y'all for all the support and greatly appreciate it. And make sure you all like, comment, subscribe. Facts and Stats everywhere. Thank y'all. So I'm gonna end the episode right there, y'all. But as far as the playback, I'm literally going to end this and then start it literally right back up just to have general talks, sports talks, whatever the case may be. But it's